Hello guys, welcome to DATAHACKS. My name is Bharat Natrayan. Now we are in a 24th video of Next.Js series. From past few videos itself, we are seeing different types of pre-rendering methods. In this video, I'm gonna explain about what is client-side rendering. This is gonna be a final rendering method also. If you want to see what are the remaining rendering methods, don't worry, check my previous videos. I will provide a link in the top right corner, otherwise check the description box, you will find and you can refer there. First, this client side data fetching going to be impact your SEO, and it's gonna be a negative way and it's gonna be a downfall. The downfall of the SEO is because the client-side data fetching process. When the user requests the page, the client side or browser will trigger the data fetching. So after triggering this data fetching, data will be started to fetch and the page will be rendered. This whole process will be happen in the client side itself. Due to this process, SEO is going to be in a downfall. So you have to use client-side data fetching where you don't need SEO or where you don't need pre-rendered data or where your data is updated frequently. Next, this client-side data fetching is going to be help to render the page and the components. In this page, the client-side data fetching will be triggered at the runtime itself. The content of the page will be updated as the data changes, and in the component level, data fetched at the time of when the component is mounted. The content of the component also update as the data changes. It is important to note that client-side data fetching can affect your performance of your application and load speed of your page. This is because data fetching is done at the time of component and page mount, and the data cannot be cached in the client-side data fetching. So let's start the practical demonstration of client-side data fetching. First of all, I'm gonna create a page called clients.jsx. First, I'm gonna provide the function which is going to render the data, and we can import the use state and the use effect from React. So let's use the use effect and use arrow function inside, put comma, square bracket. With this square bracket, the use effect will understand that. So I'm gonna run this function inside this hook only one time at initially. So fetch, provide the URL. We have the URL here. This is a fake API URL. You can identify this URL by typing JSON placeholder fake API in Google. Then again also I'm gonna provide the arrow function response, convert the data into JSON format. This fetch will get the data and pass through this then function. The data will be passed into the parameters with the variable response. With this response, we will convert them into JSON format. Then again I'm gonna use then arrow function data console.log data. So here we are facing the ESLint error. probably you will not face this and all, so I'm gonna fix this by commenting some ES link. So after this I'm gonna create a new terminal and start run the Next.Js app. So now we could access and we are navigate toward the client's page. After successfully navigating toward the client's page, you have to inspect, Control Shift I, and you can see here we have the 100 datas. So this is how we are getting data. After that we can render the data in the return elements as per our wish. So here we cannot catch the data, and we have certain or revalidate, or we have certain limits. To overcome these limits and all, Next.js have provided us hook called use SWR. So let's see what is use SWR. Now let's start to learn how to use the SWR. So first we have to install using npm i SWR. In the meantime, we can learn how this SWR library provide a advantage. First of all, it was developed by the Next.js team itself as a React library for the purpose of data fetching. It is highly recommended when we use the client-side data fetching in Next.js. So with this library, we can take advantage of catching, revalidating, focus tracking. When we do client-side rendering using the use effect, we cannot take advantage of these features. So to take advantage, we can use it definitely. And this is the syntax of SWR for the client side data fetching. I will explain with the practical demo. So here we have successfully installed the SWR. First of all, we are going to import use SWR from SWR, and we are going to remove this use effect and provide a constant variable with destructured data and error variable. Here use SWR hook. First we have to provide the link. Next we have to provide the fetch function. So till now I have not created that function. I'm going to create this one outside the normal function. So fetcher, so arrow function, within this fetcher spread operator, your parameter. And first of all I'm going to use fetch. Within this fetch itself I'm going to provide the same parameters. So we will pass this URL to this function, and here we will get the URL with this spread operator parameters. So next I'm going to provide, then within this I'm going to provide a response arrow function. So I'm going to convert this response into JSON format. After this I'm going to have a function written on base of certain condition. If we have error, then it should return h1 error. So now we can check for that here. So I'm going to navigate toward the clients. So I'm going to inspect. We didn't have any error. So now we can console the data. Console data. You can see here the 100 data has been consoled here. So our use SWR library has been working. So we can take advantage of the functionalities